All right, so here we have sharps, which move up a half step. Flats move down a half step. So let's look at our keyboard. What's a half step? A half step, if you were to play every note as you come to it, you're playing in half steps. 2 half steps equal a whole step. So if you were to skip the half step, you'd be playing in whole steps. So when we're talking about flats and sharps, we're talking about half steps. You're going to be moving either in the right or the left 1 half step. So when we have a sharp, if I had an F sharp, a sharp raises the pitch a half step, so you're going to go to the right on your keyboard. There's F sharp. If I had a G sharp, a C sharp, so you're going to be moving to the right on your keyboard. That takes it up in pitch. All right, for flats, you're going to move to the left on your keyboard because that takes it down in pitch. So a B flat, you move to the very next key to the left. G flat, E flat. Okay, so you're moving to the left. You can also have a white key as a flat. If I had an F flat in my song, find your F, flat takes it to the left, so it's the very next key to the left. So it can be a white key. There's no black key there to go to, so you just move to the very next key to the left or the right, depending on if it's a flat or a sharp. All right, so here's what it looks like in your music. You've got, let's look at flats first. So flat, remember, we're moving down a half step. You'll have a flat written in front of a note as an accidental. So this is a B flat, and here's the rule for accidentals. They carry through the measure. So this is a B flat, this is also a B flat, because this B flat will carry through the measure, unless you have a natural sign that makes it go back to B natural. So here's a natural sign. Here's a little bit bigger picture of a natural sign. So it's kind of like 2 L's. That cancels out your accidental. That cancels out your flat or your sharp. So now this will be good for the rest of the measure. So we have a B natural, and this isn't marked, but it's a B natural because this is where we left off. Now when you get to the bar line, that cancels out anything in this measure. So the bar line cancels out everything, then you're back, you're here at A. You've got an A flat. The accidental is good for the measure. So this note is also an A flat. Then you go on to a G. All right, let's look at sharps. So remember, sharp, you're moving up a half step. So you have F, then this F is marked as F sharp. So you would go to the right 1 half step. This note is not marked with a sharp in front, but it's also an F sharp because that accidental carries through the measure. And when I say accidental, I'm talking about a note, a flat or a sharp is put in front of a note, and that is not a part of the key signature, which we'll talk about next week. So it's kind of, it means it doesn't belong there, all right? It's not occurring naturally in the piece, so it's kind of placed there. It's an accidental. All right, so you have F sharps. This bar line cancels out these F sharps, so it starts right back at F again. Now I've got an accidental F sharp marked again, and now I have a natural sign that cancels out my F sharp, so now we're just playing regular Fs. And this is also a regular F because this is the last marking that you see. And then, of course, as you move on the piece, anything in this measure is canceled out by the bar line. All right, so that's flats and sharps. Have a good day.